Is there a time frame? So someone puts money into this. Is there a time frame they have to have it out in 5, 10 years or no?
Great question. So typically these are structured at 10-year notes,
Mm.
okay? And every 10 years you can renew for 10 years. And renew for 10 years, and then it can pass to your heirs via your living trust, and your kids can step into your shoes and keep this thing going, keep it going. It does not, by the way, give you a stepped up basis, because remember, you gave up ownership, right? You gave up ownership. However, Biden is proposing to take away the stepped up basis. Now this becomes the solution, because guess what? If you don't own the asset that it's going to get the stepped up basis or not going to get the stepped up basis, you lent it, right, to the trust, and the trust is continuing on. Guess what? We just eliminated the need for the stepped up basis. So this is where the deferred sales trust is a solution to that. But yeah, and the kids can keep it going for as long as they want, and they can also pay the tax when they take it out. How is the tax paid? Well, if it's interest payments, they'll pay ordinary income tax on that, right? Most of our clients will structure the notes of interest-only payments, somewhere between 5, 6, or 7%. They'll leave a little cushion between that 8 because they don't want to dip into the goose that's laying the golden egg. And what's the goose? The goose is the original principal, right? And so they'll get a 1099 on that, those little eggs. And then on the principal, they'll keep it intact. And as they keep it intact, it keeps growing and working. And which people say, why would the IRS allow this? Like, this seems like it's too good to be true. Seems like this is, they wouldn't like it. Well, we really believe it's a win-win for everybody. And here's why. And I'll give you an actual deal. We just did a deal. It was a $7.9 million sale for an individual. She's in her 70s. And it's on the beach in Santa Cruz. You've owned the property for 25 years. It's like zero basis, okay? Yeah. And she bought it for like $985. Well, guess where the property taxes are? Pretty close to what she originally purchased it for, right? Well, guess what happens when the new purchase is $7.9 million? Well, they get new property taxes. Well, that's a big gain there, right? Guess where the commission goes? Well, the commission, they have to pay taxes on that for the listing agent, right, and the buyer. And guess where all that money gets to get infused into the economy, right? Because she puts it in stocks, bonds, mutual funds, real estate, which does what? It creates more jobs, which does what? Brings in more tax revenue. So actually, we believe the IRS is the one who's the biggest winner here, right? Because otherwise, she might not ever sell the property. In fact, she wouldn't have sold it if it wasn't for this solution, right? So so then what happens? Nobody wins, right? There's no new property taxes. There's no new amount of money infusing to the economy. I was telling you about one of the cryptocurrency one. This is actually really, really cool. So they bought Ethereum. This is a couple out of the Bay Area for $100,000, and they're going to. It's increased to $12.5 million. Wow. Ethereum, right? This Bitcoin, right? Cryptocurrency. And they work. Here's the thing, though. They work 50, 60-hour weeks. 2 kids, right? He's been in Silicon Valley for 20 years in the corporate world, right? He's tired of the corporate stuff a bit, and he's ready to retire, spend more time with the family. So the Deferred Sales Trust not only allows him to sell and defer somewhere around $5 million of capital gains tax liability, right? Huge amount. Yeah. He can sell it all, defer it all, and then he can buy apartment buildings, right? Get cash flow, and that can literally walk away from having to ever work again for anyone else, right? Wow. So do you see this? So I'll pause there, see if any questions, Charles.
You have just listened to another information-packed episode of Capital Gains Tax Solutions with Brett Swarts. We hope you enjoyed today's show and found it helpful. Visit capitalgainstaxsolutions.com to access the show notes and to access more resources. Don't forget to leave a review and join us again next time.